So, engagement, morale and reward are really hot topics amongst senior management teams and HRDs right now, particularly after Brexit and all the repercussions that are going on in the economy. So I'm delighted to have Sharon join us. So thank you, Sharon, for coming in today. I know you've had many years of experience in senior HR positions in a whole variety of organisations, and it's been great working with you in some of those. And you and I have had debates over the years about performance and engagement. I know the results speak for themselves in terms of what you've achieved in driving up performance and engagement in a variety of your organisations. So it would be great to get your views on a few things. First of all, what I'm really curious to know is, what does engagement mean to you?
Well, there are so many definitions for engagement. From my experience, it's simple to say and constantly work in progress. I believe it is about how we create the right environment and conditions where the people in our business give more of themselves in terms of both their capability and their potential, what they do and what they really could do. I guess some would say this is about discretionary effort. I just call it helping people to be the best they can be and want to be. This is where the motivation really comes in, the want. People who are engaged are motivated to contribute to the success of the business.
So, how do you check how a business is doing in terms of both engagement and motivation levels? What's your experience?
Well, of course, we have the daily clues and cues, people's heads up or down, customer feedback, employee attrition or retention, innovation or stagnation. The real measures of engagement come through the surveys, where people are typically asked about how they view how well the company or we as leaders are doing, how well we communicate with them, whether they get the future vision, how we develop them, how well we're treating our customers, how well we're rewarding them, or simply getting their views. And of course, how the managers manage and how the leaders are doing. From my perspective, this is all about the environment and conditions, so we can develop engagement strategies to work alongside the company ambitions or plans. The real nugget for me is around motivation, where people want to contribute to the success of the business. But the challenge is often around what we learn from the survey, as we so often just ask a closed question such as, I am motivated to do a good job, and they answer agree or strongly agree or disagree. We look at the scores and either breathe a sigh of relief with the result or take a deep intake of breath, as the question we really want to ask is, what motivates you and what can we do to help you increase your motivation? I think this is one of the frequently asked questions amongst those squeezed middle managers and senior leaders. And there's plenty of research about it, but tough to ask in an employee survey because of the anonymous nature of it.
Yes, I agree. And I know that more recently you've been using motivational maps, sometimes alongside engagement surveys and sometimes separate to engagement surveys. So could you tell me a little bit more about that?
What I love is that motivational maps provide a valuable insight into what makes people really tick or is causing them not to tick. And importantly, what a manager of a team or business can do to boost motivation levels and really help people do what they need to do and want to make a difference.
So let's move on a little bit. Can you tell me a little bit more about motivation and reward?
I guess the question CEOs are always asking themselves is my manpower bill giving me the value I want? Or, more often, they ask themselves when being asked to sign off a special bonus for someone, is this going to retain or motivate them in the way I'd like it to? From my experience, organisations invest a huge amount of time, money and energy understanding what customers want, need or simply prefer. As HRDs, we have to ask ourselves the question, do we have the same level of insight about the people in our business, about their wants, their needs and their preferences? Finding out what really motivates people, and let's face it, that changes through our lives, is the important ingredient to unlocking high engagement levels.
So given all of that, how have you in your experience found out what motivates people?
Well, inevitably a good manager will ask, or spot the signs. A great engagement survey will ask if people are motivated. But what I love about the latest research through motivational maps is that we can at last find out from people what's driving them and how they can boost their motivation or how we can help them with that. What's really powerful is that motivational maps helps us to develop a targeted reward strategy more geared around what drives people, and therefore gives us greater certainty that those huge manpower bills or special bonuses are hitting the mark.
So thank you, Sharon. That's really insightful. I think there are definite benefits to looking at motivation as well as engagement and thinking about its impact on people's morale, but also how it can influence reward strategies and make a significant difference in an organisation. Thank you.
You're welcome.